welcome to Revere TV News. I'm Debbie Peczka.
And I'm Kathleen Heiser. The mayor has made a big announcement. Mayor Dan Rizzo will be running for re-election after what he says was a whirlwind of 3 years. The past year has been especially busier than usual, whether it was the tornado in the summer, the market basket fiasco, and eventually opening, and all of the meetings and issues with Massachusetts Gaming Commission about the casino. Along with the difficulties, Rizzo says there were so many positives. Businesses like Market Basket and Harley-Davidson have revitalized some of our shopping centers. Within a year, he hopes that residents see more improvements on Broadway and Central Business District. Rizzo wants to completely revitalize the city and looks forward to running for another term. His campaign will ramp up at the end of the spring.
We have updates from our last newscast about the Harvard Student Redesign Team coming to Revere. 50 School of Design students have arrived to develop and plan some potential improvements for some busy areas of the city. This program will run 8 weeks, working closely with Mayor Dan Rizzo, Economic Development Director John Festa, and City Planner Frank Stringy. The areas that these students will make potential plans for are Bell Circle, Necco, Suffolk Downs, Wonderland Dog Track, and the possibility of a commuter rail station around Revere Beach. This is part of the city's new Plan Revere initiative. Rizzo says this is just the beginning of what can be done to improve the city.
Our winter weather has calmed down recently, but the mayor discussed an issue besides snow removal that the February storms contributed to. There were 10 water main breaks in the month of February during the time of the snowstorms, and this is more than we have ever seen during such a short amount of time. When these water mains break, if on a main road, they can shut down huge parts of the city. The break on Squire Road not only closed some of the roads, but the road closures completely shut down businesses in all of Northgate and shut down water to the residents in the apartments around Ward Street. Rizzo thinks that this water main problem could be a repercussion of National Water Main continuing work through the winter. Because of this, he completely shut down all work on water mains until the warmer months.
City Councilor Ira Novoselsky is bringing more questions to the table involving his Public Works Committee. He's seeking answers to issues involving the flooding of our baseball and softball fields, problems around Washington Ave, how much improvements would cost, and for some transparency regarding money spent, where money goes to, and who is involved. These questions will be asked at the Water and Sewer Summit on Monday, March 30th at 6 p.m. at City Hall.
Any small businesses that have had major setbacks due to the storms we've had this winter, excuse me, now have the opportunity to apply for microloans through the state. Governor Charlie Baker and the Massachusetts Growth Capital Corporation has announced that business owners can apply for loans if they may be struggling to stay afloat due to snow setbacks this winter. So therefore, the state will be making about $1 million available for these businesses. These loans can range from $5,000 to $10,000. More information can be found on the MGCC website, and all businesses will need approval from a local partner.
Residents in the Shirley Ave neighborhood are extremely upset about the unannounced towing raid in their neighborhood during the last week of February. The Revere Police Department asked some contractors to tow cars in the area that were still buried beneath snow on the sides of the street. People watched their cars get dug out and towed if they did not have the cash on the spot to pay the fee. These residents are upset that they were not notified by the city's phone notification system that this was happening. But the police department says this has always been how it goes. The rule is that your car must be dug out within 72 hours of a storm. They are only taking this action because there are more cars buried than normal. And there have been complaints about the streets not being completely clear. Moving the buried cars allows room to clear the snow that is still piled up.
Suffolk Downs may not be closing as quickly as we thought. The Horsemen's Benevolent Protection Association is trying to complete a 2-year lease with Suffolk Downs to run the track during this year and next, but they have just stumbled upon another challenge. The State House has to approve this agreement. If approved, Suffolk Downs workers and local trainers hope these decisions would help keep horse racing alive in the area. Small deals and leases of the horse track could create a new racing trend they call boutique style. Continuing horse racing at Suffolk Downs could also be the first to break into the Racehorse Development Fund, which is a funding promise for racing in the areas of the 3 approved casinos.
The development of what Revere is calling Waterfront Square has been on the minds of our city's developers since its start with the building of the Wonderland parking garage. There is now a deal close to being finalized involving the addition of a Marriott hotel on the beach side of Wonderland Station. A deal isn't set in stone yet, but they're getting close. First, they will be working on finalizing the plans and design within the next few months. Mayor Dan Rizzo sees this plan as good news and has even further hopes to develop that area of Revere.
Wynn has settled a deal with the MBTA land parcel they were hoping to acquire since they were awarded the casino deal. Purchasing this land for $6 million allows Wynn to have an Everett-only access point to their hotel and casino. If Wynn did not make this deal with the MBTA, then the only other entrance point would have been through a street that runs through Boston, making it a co-host city. Now Wynn will be definitely only be in Everett. This deal went against Mayor Rizzo's wishes as he opposed the plan from the start. However, Wynn Everett has come to the point where they are starting to really move forward toward their plans. They plan to start preparing the site during the summer of this year.
Medals of Valor were given out to 13 police officers by Chief Caffarelli and the mayor. These awards included a medal for bravery, commendation for valor, and life-saving medals. Each police officer who received a medal was awarded for their acts within the past year that showed their bravery and commitment to our law enforcement in Revere. Revere TV was at the awards ceremony, and here's what we have from that ceremony.
It's really an honor for me to be here this evening with all of you, celebrating the success of many of the members of the Revere Police Department for their heroism and dedication to duty over this past year. This is a program that Chief Joe Caffarelli instituted back when he was appointed chief, and I think it's a great one. I'm a big believer in recognizing achievement and giving attaboys where they should be doled out.
It's important to note we have 9 life-saving awards and 4 for valor. Now we've had many, many more awards come through. We have an awards committee that they vet the recommendations. Recommendations are made by their officers in charge. So we have at least as many that didn't meet the standards set forth by the awards committee that I have to say it was questionable that I think they all should have been up here, but be that as it may, their peers found these awards that are being presented tonight to be of the highest caliber and of the highest standards that are set for the Revere Police Department. The 8 life-saving awards that we have here tonight are significant because I like to point out that here in Revere, all lives matter. It's very important that the people know that. To us, all lives matter. And so we're going to bring these gentlemen up here and present them with their awards. Thank you very much.
And Revere TV was at the City Council meeting that honored late City Council member and dear friend of our city, Richard A. Penta, Our prayers still go out to the Penta family. Here's how our city council honored him last week.
For 15 years, I had the pleasure of serving with Councilor Penta. Sometimes we would share a light moment together, and that infectious smile would appear on his face. To me, Richard was not only a colleague, but also a friend. We could disagree on an issue, and after the meeting, go for dinner or a cup of coffee. If Richard gave you his word on an issue, it didn't change coming up those stairs outside. He kept it when he voted as a city councilor. I think on most days, you would find Richard having coffee at Toretta's Bakery, listening to the concerns of his constituents and chatting with friends. Councilor Penta left an indelible mark on Ward 1 and the city of Revere, always advocating for street, sidewalk improvements, parks, playgrounds, and other improvements, always making sure that Ward 1 got its fair share. Whoever becomes the next Ward 1 city councilor will have big shoes to fill. Thank you.
Hi, my name is Eleanor Vieira, and I am chairperson of the Revere Beautification Committee. We are a volunteer group, and our mission is to improve the image of the city of Revere through an aggressive beautification and cleanup program. In order to achieve this goal, we have accomplished many things, including the installation of more than 100 litter barrels, the planting and maintenance of flower beds along Revere Beach, and the overseeing of the beautification of Squire Road, just to name a few. We are continuing our effort to keep Revere beautiful. In the future, we plan to expand the Adopt an Island program, work with the city businesses to keep their sidewalks clean, beautify Bell and Butler circles, and more. The Revere Beautification works closely with Dan Rizzo and the Department of Conservation and Recreation. We meet with the mayor and the DCR to discuss and rectify the requests called into our hotline. We encourage you to call our hotline with any reports of things not looking right in Revere. For instance, such as graffiti, litter, abandoned vehicles, and overgrown grass. Our hotline number is 781-485-2770. All calls remain anonymous. Help us keep Revere clean and beautiful.
Hi, welcome back to Revere TV News. We are continuing our series of the RTV Community Member Spotlight this week. Jessica Simpson was in the studio with Scooby Mageza, who is a new member to Revere TV. Scooby plans to produce his own sports show at Revere TV very soon. But for now, let's toss it over to Jessica.
Hi, I'm Jessica Simpson, and we're in the studio again for another segment of our Revere TV Community Spotlight. Today I'm in the studio with Scooby Mageza. Hi, Scooby. How are you?
I'm good. How about you?
Pretty good. We're going to start off. Can you tell us a little bit about yourself, where you went to school, what you went to school for?
All right, so I'm a Revere native myself, and ended up going to Curry College in Milton. Played football in Revere, so wanted to continue the football dream and play football at Curry College as well. I studied communication there. Sports has been my entire life: football, basketball, and college, track. You name it. So at that point, I just realized that I want to stick with football stick with sports for the rest of my life, and leaning towards sports broadcasting is something that really piqued my interest.
Right, and I noticed you've been in and out of Revere TV lately for the past month or so. What brings you to Revere TV?
So I recently graduated this past December, and the best way to get yourself within the industry is to work on your craft. And Bobby and I, he works here as well. Obviously, you know him. I've been best friends with him ever since I moved here to America from when I was 7 years old. So, him and I spoke, and he said that he told me about the equipment that I could have at hand and the things I could do with them. So, I came here, I checked it out, and it seems as if I can use everything here that I need in order to create a great sports show. You have cameras, equipment, all the stuff that I need, and I've assembled a team of people from my school, and we're hoping to put together a great sports show that building from the ground up.
That sounds awesome. So can you tell us about I'm going to assume that you're planning it. So some of the planning that goes into it, what you've done so far over the past few weeks.
Yeah, so in school we used to put together shows as well, about half hour, 45 minutes. So I've sort of taken those skills in which I learned from then to put it towards this. So a lot of work has been going into, we meet up once a week. We have, with everyone on my team, we have a group chat that we have going on. We send information to each other, we email each other, and there's a lot of preparation that goes into being on the same page with each other, and the hard part is everyone's separated at different parts of Massachusetts. I'm in Revere, someone's in Quincy, someone else is in Milton, someone else is, in Connecticut or something. Everyone's far away, but with technology these days, you can really keep in contact with each other. So a lot of preparation and script writing, what you want the show to be like, what graphics you want, what pictures, videos, all those things really come into mind, and even the set itself. So it's been a couple weeks, but hopefully when it's all set, it'll be fine.
Right. Can you tell us maybe what you're planning for the show? I know you said it's a sports show, but what's the setup? What kind of sports show are you thinking?
So we're thinking about making it a sports show that doesn't attack just local sports. I know this is Revere TV, but we're going to take it into a professional standard. We're going to cover everything from the NFL, NBA, MLB to the MLS with the New England Revolution. We're going to cover about everything we possibly can, and we're going to focus on local sports, and as in New England, the Pats, the Red Sox, Bruins, all those teams. But what we also want to do is take it outside of that. Give a little bit more of a ESPN sort of type of show where we give an opinion and professional analysis on everything that we come across for each sport, and the hottest topic, and just try to come at a different angle of it. We're trying to make the show fun, have a whole bunch of videos and fun vines or whatever you want to call it just on there to make it different, and that's the type of angle I think we're going to be going about it.
And what do you think about Revere TV so far, about the equipment, the people who've helped you here?
Well, it actually kind of blew me away when I came over here. When Bobby was telling me to come out and check out the equipment, I'm like, all right, I'll come and check it out. And I was not expecting to see what I saw. It has better equipment than my school had in our own TV studio, better equipment that I've dealt with the past 4 years at school. And with that said, it really expanded the horizon for creativity in itself. So I was really impressed by the cameras, the virtual screen, everything, and I didn't think Revere really put this much into their program of that we have here, and it was a really nice surprise because I'm going to be able to use some of this stuff.
Right, and I saw on the calendar that you're recording your first show next week. Is that happening? Yes,
our desired date is March 18th. And I'm doing everything that I possibly can. I was working on things yesterday, today, and that's a desired date. But, you can run into some issues that can push that back, but I'm not trying to let that happen at all. One person, once I decide upon a date, I want to keep it the same way. So next week is hopefully when we begin shooting and preparation is all set, and the team has a lot of work to do the next coming week for when we shoot for our first time.
Right, well that sounds awesome. It seems like you're fully prepared, or at least have been preparing for the past month, so I'm looking forward to what you're going to produce here, and for Revere TV and then for your own purposes, but you'll probably utilize most of the equipment here. Yeah. So I want to thank you for coming in and talking to me. And that just about wraps it up for our member spotlight. Again, I'm Jessica Simpson. This segment will be shown on Revere TV News. You can find it on Channel 8 on Wednesdays and Fridays at 6 p.m. and Sundays at 5 p.m. and on our YouTube page. So thanks for watching.
More than 65 million people, 29% of the U.S. population, provide care for a chronically ill, disabled, or frail family member or friend, and spend an average of 20 hours per week providing care for their loved one. 15% of children under the age of 18 are being raised by a grandparent or family friend over the age of 55. 14.9 million adult family caregivers care for someone who has Alzheimer's disease or another dementia. The close relationship between the caregiver and care recipient is a shared relationship with involved emotions, experiences, and memories which can place the caregiver at higher risk for psychological and physical illness. The Family Caregiver Support Program can help. Our services are free of charge and include educations and trainings, grandparent support, specialized information and referrals, support groups, one-on-one counseling, and in-home assessment. If you'd like to learn more about this free support program for caregivers, please contact Christine Crean at Chelsea Revere Winthrop Elder Services, 617-884-2500. Again, the number is 617-884-2500. Thank you.
Hi folks, I'm Rick Frenny.
And my name is Ricky Frenny Jr.
And we're here to tell you about a great event that's coming up.
Which is our 7th annual Little Ricky Foundation event.
For autism on Saturday night, April 18th at the Malden Moose in Malden, Mass. Tickets are only $50, doors open at 6, and your $50 ticket entry will get you a 5-course sit-down meal provided by Henry's Catering, a chance to see comic legend Lenny Clark along with Paul Gilligan, a local favorite. We'll also feature live music by Mojo Slim, so get your dancing shoes on. This year's event is once again being sponsored by our gold sponsor, MLB.com, and Joseph Molinaro, the Vice President of e-commerce. So get your tickets today. You can go to littlericky.vpweb.com or call 781-704-1300 for tickets or more info. And remember, folks, April is Autism Awareness Month.
Which means whenever you switch from a white light bulb to a rarely seen blue bulb, you know what it means to light it up blue, just like us.
Right. In this year's event, we're going to help out a lot of at-risk kids who wander from their homes with our partner LoJack, who are providing GPS LoJack bracelets for at-risk kids who wander. So we're really going to be hitting home this year with this fundraiser. We're going to be able to keep a lot of kids safe this year and help them from wandering and keep their parents and guardian, give them peace of mind. So we got a lot to do. We love doing it. We just want to give back. The community has given so much to my son and my family, and this is just our way of giving back every year. So once again, it's our 7th annual Little Ricky event for autism, Saturday night, April 18th at the Malden Moose. Tickets, littlericky.vpweb.com, 781-704-1300. We hope you can join us this year. Any information, reach out to us by email, the website, or call us. Thank you, folks. Have yourself a great rest of the day. Little Rick, want to say anything in closing?
Remember, next month is always Light It Up Blue Month.
Thank you.
Now for some upcoming events in Revere. The MGH Center for Community Health Improvement is still offering a quality of life survey for residents to give their questions and their opinions about the overall health in the city. The survey will serve to determine what the most important health issue is that may be affecting Revere residents and some potential plans to address these issues. The survey can be found in both English and Spanish on revere.org, and paper copies are available at the Public Library, MGH Revere Health Center, and City Hall.
The Revere Chamber of Commerce is holding their 2nd annual Community Awards reception. This will be on Thursday, March 26th from 6 to 10 p.m. at Spinelli's in Linfield. It is a community dinner event honoring who they refer to as community champions. If you would like to attend, the cost is $55 per person or $550 per table. This fee includes a 3-course formal dinner. RSVP to Stephanie at 781-289-8009 or email info@reverechamber.org.
Revere on the Move has scheduled their 5th annual Revere Shines event. Mark your calendars for April 26th for a day of beautifying your community. The event starts at American Legion Hall on Broadway from 9 a.m. to 12 p.m. You can return to the American Legion after cleaning up the city for a celebration barbecue brought to you by our local businesses. To volunteer or donate, contact the mayor's office at 781-286-8110 or email revere_mayor@revere.org.
Our Department of Public Works is asking Revere residents to help in clearing all storm drains and catch basins. This will help to reduce the possibility of street flooding during rain or snow melting periods. Public Works has been working to clear these drains themselves, but with 5,000 in the city, it would really help if we worked together. The weather will be warmer soon with spring approaching, and they would like to have everything clear before we fall behind.
Revere TV held a successful public service announcement workshop last week, offering a window of time in the studio for any nonprofit organization or community member to come in and film a PSA. We help with the preparation and facilitate the process. We will now have a PSA workshop on the second Thursday of every month. Our next date is set for Thursday, April 9th. If interested, please contact Jessica Simpson at jessica.simpson@reveretv.org or call her at 781-426-9498, extension 4.
And before we go, just know that our Revere TV news show airs on Channel 8 every Wednesday and Friday at 6 p.m. and Sundays at 5 p.m. We extend our invitation to any community member who would like to anchor the news. This is a friendly learning experience for anyone who wants to give it a shot. It's easy, right, Kathleen? We would like you to try anchoring for Revere TV News. If you'd like to do it, please contact Jessica Simpson at jessica.simpson@reveretv.org or call her, once again, 781-426-9498, extension 4.
Yeah, it's easy. That's all we have for tonight. For Revere TV News, I'm Kathleen Heiser.
They may be trying to replace us, Kathleen. And I'm Debbie Peczka. Take care.
Have a good night.